Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is Cooper here coming to you live from New York City, from my house, basically, yours. Having a little bit of technical difficulties with the countdown. I do apologize, but we'll move on. That being said, we have a pretty interesting show for you tonight. I think it's probably going to be one of my best shows tonight. On the panel tonight, pretty gambit of players. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the co-host for this evening. In the top left-hand corner, Mr. Gene Lopez, otherwise known as the Drugginut. Sorry. You can unmute your mic there, bud. Now, I'm excited. I can't tell you how excited I am. Everybody knows how excited I am. The fact that I have one of the other players and people in the community who I actually look up to. And I'm not kissing up. This is just an action. This is really going on. So allow me to introduce you, Steve Solo, aka Frosty.
Thank you, Steve. How's it going, everybody? For those that don't know, here to talk about the collapse, which is happening on December 4th at OXCC. I'm going to introduce my two commanders. Leading the CIA for the event is Brian Thackston from Kriegfest. And leading the KGB, many people are familiar with, because I know he's been on the show a lot of times, is Mr. Teddy Bear of the Eastcoast Hunters. So, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you both for also being brave enough to command a game that I've written for you. So, cheers.
So the rest of the panel that we have this evening, both friends of mine, both respective members of the community and players as well, who I've had the pleasure of playing with and against. On the bottom right-hand corner, Mr. Tom Ventura from Fox's Den.
How you guys doing?
And on the... Oh, you bounced around. Do apologize. And on the top right-hand corner, Mr. Roger Hellcat from East Coast Headhunters.
East Coast Hunters.
Sorry,
East Coast
Hunters.
Hunters.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Hunters. I apologize.
How many times you had him on there?
Honors.
And we also just now.
You had one job,
Guys. Listen, I'm tired. It's been one heck of a weekend. We'll talk about my weekend later. We've also just been graced with the presence of my captain of my team and my brother, and also a respected member of the community and paintball player, Mr. Ghost from the New York Savage.
What's going on, my brothers? How y'all tonight, man?
So,
Good, man.
Cool. What's up?
Teddy.
What?
Hey, Teddy.
Hi.
Talk to me. Collapse. December 4th. Habla.
Oh yeah, so December 4th. You just said it's the collapse. My first time generaling against this guy. Well, it looks on my screen like he's right below me.
You're to my left.
I don't know
right
where
now,
I am.
so I don't know what's going on
Okay,
here.
so all right, so if I look that way, does it? Yeah. All right. So yeah, the KG Bears. It's me and Panda versus this guy and Rob Firefly Rivera from M80. So you know there's gonna be, whenever you hear M80, you know there's gonna be shenanigans. And then we have about 20 of shenanigans. So we have also about 20 East Coast Hunters coming down, so you guys get to meet them. And this is going to be a great game. It's going to be very much fun.
Very much fun? Is there a reason why you said very much fun? Are you thinking of berries?
No, we're the KG Bears.
Oh, okay.
It is very fun, you know? It is very fun. Okay. Leave me alone.
And
Like you said, it is the one day.
I'm waiting. Okay. And sir, I don't even know where to begin. Daddy, back daddy.
Yeah, you called me daddy on the air.
I just
still
felt.
need to know that.
I know that. I was like,
Wait a minute.
You can't take that back.
I was just trying. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I'm looking at the name. I was like, let me just double check the name before I say it.
Yeah,
Then I'm thinking about it, like, how do I say this without sounding, okay. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I
No,
just
you just
called
called
another
me
man
daddy
daddy.
on the air. I love it.
Yes,
I'm,
yes,
It's on
I'm
the
all
internet
about
for
it.
everyone.
yes. It's all
It's on the
downhill.
Can't take it back now.
That's it. You see?
Hey, we're pumped about the December 4th game for sure. Like, OXCC is a gorgeous field. I get to fight against my friends, good friends, worthy foes, Teddy and Panda. Get to go bear hunting, love that, and I get to do it with my buddy Firefly, who everyone in the community knows Firefly. Has been around forever, and kind of a cornerstone of the community, someone I trust implicitly, and I'm really excited to get to lean on him for his experience. I know Teddy and I are both kind of like new commanders. And I've had a lot of support in the community from Frosty, from Firefly, from others to step up into a command role. So I'm really excited to kind of learn, on the fly and to kind of stack them up and see where the chips fall.
Interesting. Am I to understand this correctly? I mean, you said it, he said it, but I wanted to make sure. First time general, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So Teddy and I are first times, and I think Panda and Frosty have been around the block a couple times, so we both did good picking XOs that could kind of guide us and provide some input
Well,
and
I
keep
hope
us on the right
Frosty's
path.
not your XO.
I was gonna say
That would
I've-
not
I've
be
been
good.
They're not Frosty, sorry, Firefly.
I'm thinking
I gotta keep an eye on you guys. I know you guys are friends and all, but
I'm not yours.
Okay, I'm getting any small
So-
Frosty
Well,
So who are your XOs? Have they been
For
announced
for me, I
yet,
got
or
Panda. Oh yeah, we've had our XOs.
okay?
I have Panda, Lauren Vincent Mays from Black Lotus, and he works for Dezana, right? He works there. Last I knew, he was a representative.
He's going to be our brand ambassador management.
Yeah, so great guy. I've known him for a few years. Every time, one of my favorite things about going down to OXCC is seeing all the guys that run around down there. And Panda's always just been a ball of joy, and you can't help but smile when you see him. So I'm excited to take the field with that guy. And
I've played with I've had to, let me rephrase this. How do I word this without sound? Okay, I've played on the same field as Frosty. I've never played with Frosty per se, but on the same field as him, on the same team. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
I got
Try.
fun stories about Frosty.
Yeah, I got stories about you too.
He caught me without my head on out on the field.
So this was Living Legends Endless Legends 2019. I was playing with Firefly actually, Thackston, and we were out trying to find a prop, and it had gone missing. And we're talking with one of the refs, and a few minutes previous, I saw a player walking out with a bear head in hand. I'm like, that's not Teddy. That's a little odd. I just kind of keep it to myself, and we're walking through, and then I hear kind of a commotion behind me as we're talking to one of the refs as we're trying to figure out where this prop went. It ended up growing legs and walked off with a player who didn't realize what he had grabbed, I guess. They weren't supposed to grab it. And I turn around, and I see this person poking a couple folks. I think it was a couple 13th Legionnaire friends of ours in the rings with Will. And so I turn around, and I'm just instantly gun up, and I think he got you twice in the chest, Teddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I was lucky enough that they broke because everyone knows everything bounces off Teddy. So, yeah, and I just happened to turn around at that moment and remembered, wait a second, Teddy is still out here somewhere because his head walked off, but he did not. So.
Yeah, that was fun. I was hitting you guys slapsticks and
quick.
surrendering a bunch of people.
Wow. Actually, I can vouch for that. I actually played the last event I had. I played with Teddy on the field. We were at the EMR. I happened to be by him, and the funny thing is, the balls are hitting him. I'm standing right by him, and I'm looking to the left side of his left side, just before I came out for the rest of the day. I'm on his left side, and the balls are bouncing off him, and they're hitting me on my mask. I'm like, how am I getting hit? And I'm looking, and I just have, you can see the balls literally bouncing off of him. you know what? Let me just stand away from you because I'm just getting pelted. I'm getting sprayed with balls that are supposed to go to you.
Just balls on the face, man.
Oh, that's another pause there. All right. Well, let me give it to Steve. Steve, talk to me about you're the producer of the event. You
So yeah, I'm the lead producer, but this is always a team effort. There's never just one person behind a scenario. So I've written the framework of the game. So all the missions and a lot of the mechanics have been done by myself. Obviously, consulting with the rest of my production team, and that includes members of what we call Cypher Scenario Consulting. If you're familiar with the Ion Skirmish series, Allied Command, a lot of members of Cypher Scenario Consulting are part of Allied Command. That's folks like Chris Brack, Bo Young, Grouch, Rip, and a number of others. They're all involved in this production. They've helped me in numerous ways to help kind of bring all this stuff together. I'm not a story writer. That was written by two of these guys. And then, of course, my prop master has made a bunch of fantastic props that I can't wait to hear about how frustrating it is for these two guys to deal with. Because I have literally two people dedicated to keeping people away from me from the entire day, so I can focus on making sure the game's running correctly. And then we have Solstice Law, not just as a reffing crew for this, but also as part of the production, because a number of their members wanted to get involved with the role-playing side of stuff, and that is something our game will have on field, is a number of role players in various capacities that might be some mission-related, might just be out there roaming around. As we've stated in the mission, that I will have role players roaming the field that have their own agendas, that the commanders here will begin learning about over the next week or so as I begin to drip feed information on social media. Maybe some, classified and slightly redacted intelligence dossiers will start finding their way onto social media that you might want to start reading. All that stuff will become very relevant as the game day goes on. So it's going to be a little bit of a thinking game, some preparation. I know these guys have absolutely been tearing through the rules that we've written, not just the safety rules, obviously, but also the game rules. But to preface the game itself, year is 1982, 1983. It's Reagan's first term. Something has occurred in the northwest of the Soviet Union, and a Russian research facility has gone offline, the Kunasov facility. This is a story that my folks over at Cypher Scenario Consulting have written for the game. They really got into depth on this, really went digging through history, how to make a fake part of Russia sound as real as possible. So none of the places exist, none of the events actually exist. This is a very original story, but we draw on some historical events and historical figures. We heavily reference President Reagan on the CIA side, as well as certain Russian officials that I don't want to spoil stuff because I know that's going to make Teddy and Panda's heads explode as it happens. My role players will be in role playing the entire time, not just the guys on the field, but also the people who are manning the CPs that are doubling as my base refs. So the person that Frack and that spoils that. Somebody's going to get Frank, who's going to get Jack, and you're going to have to find out day of, and they're playing a role the entire time, and they will not break.
Well, I
And
guess
it's going
there
to make me
goes.
so happy.
I guess there goes the opportunity to get a teaser from you. You just gave one, so I guess I won't be lucky to get one.
No, I got the one teaser in the chat there for you. That image I posted up earlier. I can't see what you end up sharing, but if you do happen to share it, as are listed in the rules, all props associated with our scenario will have scenario-specific stickers to them, all saying the collapse and then what it is you're looking at. Some of them are colored various ways, and you might want to match that up with maybe the armband tape rules. Hint, hint. But a red prop will have a predominantly red sticker on there. You're not going to be able to mistake, oh, I don't know if this is a red prop. I'm going to make this as blatantly obvious as possible that a blind person can see it. And obviously, if it's a red prop, blue team shouldn't be messing with it. You can deny the enemy all you want. You can't touch it. And vice versa. So you'll want to pay attention to all this stuff as players on the field, because some of, like I said, the role players, they have their own agendas. Maybe some of those props interest them in certain ways. So
Now, when you
so-
when you say props, are you referring to, obviously? Are we looking at something that we're gonna go back next year, or when we go home and like, holy cow, something mind blowing?
I certainly hope so. Our prop master has fabricated things that I didn't think we were actually going to be able to build. And in budget crunching and time crunching manner, we are extremely happy with how some of these things have turned out, because it's going to be really, really cool. Well, it's going to be cool for us to watch you guys mess with them, or try to mess with them in some cases. But we have some stuff that's going to happen on the field that I don't think I've really seen, except for one or two times elsewhere, and it wasn't even done the same way. So things are going to happen on the field. Players are going to run into certain challenges, certain areas maybe you can't go in, or at least not yet. So all this stuff is going to happen on the field. We're doing our best to try and create somewhat of an immersive environment. Slapsticks, flag points, whatever you want to call them, are always your bread and butter. So the game's absolutely going to include that stuff for the people that just want to go out there and pop heads. So you can absolutely do that. Missions play a major part of the game. And then the role players are another big factor. So you're going to want to be paying attention to this. And I'm putting these commanders in situations where they're going to have to kind of weigh which way they need to really focus on hour by hour based on how they're doing, and what their capabilities are in a given hour. So,
First
yeah,
strikes?
I do.
Will first strikes be allowed there, or?
First strikes are permitted out the field. Yeah, they are field first strike only. They're still available for pre-registration. I asked Mr. Brian Barnum, who's been a fantastic partner through all of this. He's the field owner. He actually has it listed if you go to the registration page, which is a red podium link that I know I have on my page right now on my most recent post. If you go to our first strikes, it actually tells you how many cases are still available, or how many bags. I forget how he ranked it. But you can still go on there, buy first strikes. We do have them available for purchase. As far as pricing, since we're going to talk about that stuff real quick, pre-registration is still active until, what did I say, next Wednesday?
December 2nd.
December
I
2nd.
think it was December 2nd.
Well, that's Thursday. Yeah, so it's December 2nd, Thursday. Pre-registration is still available. Registration is $45, and a case of 2000 paint is, what did I say, $55. So after Thursday, you're paying day of prices, which, I mean, hey, if you're fine with that, that's cool and all. Pre-registration helps the event producers, promoters out a lot, so we know how many people to expect. So if we have to adjust scaling on certain things, we can, to make sure as many people are included in things we want people to be part of. So it helps us on the planning side, but obviously we adjust on the fly as necessary, and any good producer would be doing that. Talking about why I selected these two fine gentlemen of command, I deliberately wanted first-time commanders, knowing that they would pick experienced commanders as their XOs. So I was not surprised at all when Brian picked Firefly, and when Teddy picked Panda. It made 100% sense for both of them. So both Firefly and Panda have fantastic track records of victories at OXCC and are very familiar with it. Literally, the four of these guys are some of the people I played with the most in the last 10 years. So we all know each other pretty well. They know the kind of games that I like playing, so I'm sure they have some assumption of what's kind of being thrown their way. But I'm gonna tell you now, it's not quite what you think. I promise you. So I'm going to have a wonderful time hearing over the radio what's going on, because I will not be able to see a damn thing until after the day is over. I will have a laptop in front of me, maybe a monitor because we'll be using the Strike Ring app to track my refs and my role players. It helps me as a producer know where my bodies are at all times.
That was going to be my next question to you with regards to the Strike being allowed to be used.
Sharpening is always allowed to be used. I encourage players to use it. I think it's a very useful tool. This is going to be the first time I know anybody using on the production side for this kind of thing. So I'm excited to use that and see how I can use that to better the production and the event in progress. So
shout out to all the viewers. They're chiming in. Steve Solo, you just got a shout out by Justin Schaefer. He just shouted you out.
well, appreciate.
You know.
Thank the interns again. Great.
Teddy
Yes,
Bear, Fox on YouTube. Hey, my favorite bear.
Who said it?
DJ Fox on YouTube.
Oh,
That's Honu.
Comments
That's
are,
Honu.
comments are Honu.
Yeah, I hear it.
Coming in. Comments are coming in. Paintball King, what's up, guys?
What's up, brother Taz?
Geo Magfed.
Can't wait for Hawaii, Honu. Can't wait. Hawaii's gonna be fun.
Well, yeah, we're gonna be. That's another event that's in the horizon. No pun intended.
Hey, so I met these guys that Steve was mentioning, like Grouch and everyone else, like some of the creators of this game, and
You came with us to Living Legends. Yeah. you're part of the
these
Legends
guys are
group.
some serious. Yeah, you're in for a treat. And I only got probably just a little bit of like, their experience and what they do. So it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Well, it's actually. I think it's actually kind of cool. Thinking about the storyline that he basically just described. I think there is. There's so many things that you can go off of in the 1980s. I mean, they're doing video games.
Mhm.
Call of Duty is doing it with Vanguard, and what's the
It
other
was
one?
unfortunate that like Call of Duty did like Black Ops in that time period. It's like we're not doing the Call of Duty game.
No.
So-
I'm just saying that the whole. I think that whole time era, the 1980s, is so fascinating because there's so much creative content that you can pull. There's so much of events that have transpired. Like that's what I'm saying. That video games and role playing games. Just endless. 1980s. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I would definitely.
Before I forget, because the collapse will be a brigade patch event. Mr. Ryan Sexton, courtesy of the brigade program, has supplied me with only 50 of these. I'm going to be honest with you. The commanders and the XOs are getting these anyway. Brigade members are not, because I want them to have a great little memory to go back with. I know a couple of them are, though, so it's not a big deal. And then a couple, like Brian Barno, the field owner, absolutely gets one. So I'm going to say I'm going to have about 40 of these left. These will be available day of the event for any brigade members that do check in. I don't know how I'm necessarily handling that check-in yet, because I'm going to be very busy that day, but I will make sure that is very widely known leading up to the event and the morning of at the briefing. So if you want to snag one of these, make sure you check in when appropriate to get yours if you're a brigade member. Any leftovers, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet at the end of the day. I might
May I put in a request? May I request one for the show? Because everybody knows that I'm starting my collection so that when I'm actually completed with everything in the background, I'll have my actual black screen, and so I have like a vast collection of.
All right. As long as it gets in like nice square center.
No,
I can pull this square. There's yours. It's just put to the side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Of course.
Steve, do you have any events besides the collapse that are coming up that you want to talk about, possibly?
Thank you for asking me. Coming up literally the next day. So this is kind of a kicker for anybody who does attend the collapse. Anybody who comes to and plays the collapse on Saturday the 4th will get free entry on Sunday to either just play rec ball, where you can still shoot the round ball you may have left over from Sunday, and you won't spend a dime. You just get to go play and shoot whatever you got left. Or I have my Magfed meetup on Sunday the 5th as well, and you'll also get free entry for that. You'll still need to pay if you're bringing your own first strike rounds for that event. You'll still need for Sunday rather, because it is a bring your own first strike Magfed meetup. You will still need to pay. I'm sorry.
What if you bought the first strikes there the day before?
Yeah, no cost.
Okay, that's
if you show like you bought them there, it really makes sense, right?
No, because you're saying is bring your own first strikes, But sometimes, let's say they got green and I have green, but I bought them there. It brings a problem sometimes.
I understand what you're saying. I don't think we're really going to nitpick it. We want people to make a weekend of it, especially if they're making the drive, and I'm trying to bring value to those people. So it's worth it for them to come play Saturday, and you still get to have some shooty time on Sunday. And I can say Sunday, we're absolutely going to be doing some of the stuff that we did in the collapse, just watered down, smaller versions. I'm going to play with some of the props still on Sunday because just using them once, it would not do some of these absolute justice, and there's some really, really cool things that I want to keep using if we can, provided they don't get destroyed in the course of the day. But past that, I don't have anything immediately on the horizon. I mean, I know I'll probably be going, what games I'll probably be going to, but I'll probably announce that closer into December after I consult with the fiance, because she has to bless off on some of these now. I'm anticipating continuing the Magfed meetups at OXCC through next year as well. Probably alternating every other month, probably starting late February, I want to say. But I still have to have that confirmation discussion with Mr. Barnum at OXCC. So I've had a fantastic group of people consistently coming out to though. I know Ghost came out, and you guys really, really brought a great amount of people. I am immensely grateful for that, and I was terrified when I saw how many people it was because I did not have enough refs. But we made the day work. People had fun, and that's all I really care about in the end. I want people to have a really good time. And as long as everybody did, I was happy with it. I had to throw out some of my my plans, but you guys had fun, so I'm like, okay, cool. But
Fun.
That's
Love
what
the
it's
field.
about.
Are there any
Oh,
possibilities?
OXCC is a beautiful field.
It is.
I've haven't yet to be there. I have yet to go.
it's flat, and there's no big rocks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not gorgeous.
That's always a plus. That's always a plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are there? Let me ask you.
Not long.
Are there any?
Okay.
Are there any possibilities or anything in the works of bringing an event? You bringing an event out here? A couple of fields up here for the players in the community that aren't able to travel or don't have the means to travel. Is there a possibility of possibly bringing one or two events up here or a couple of events up here for that opportunity to bring in new players?
So
More up in the Northeast.
Yeah.
So this production crew I'm working with, for a number of them, it's their first time. My production experience is working with my former team, TSOC, but when I was doing that, I wasn't at the level that I'm kind of operating in this production. I didn't write the missions for that game, so this is our first time go at it. So while I don't want to say yes or no to it, it's let us get this one done first so we can see how this goes and make sure people like it. After that, the possibilities are open, absolutely. It just comes down to timing. It's a very, very crowded calendar. We've already kind of been looking at 2022. So I got a finger up here.
For you, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Allah Militia from YouTube said, can you leak the anticipated player count for the collapse?
I would love to have 200 players. I know pre-registration's hovering around 100 players right now, which is expected. We just had Dark Ops this past weekend that we're running into Black Friday. I have no doubt there are going to be grown men obscuring paying for registration within the Black Friday costs from their spouses. So just an idea, guys. If you haven't thought about it, there you go. There's your scapegoat. Like, oh, I don't know, honey, look at all these Black Friday things I got for you. Register for the class. So
I should have waited for that bit of advice. My God.
Well, speaking of Black Friday sales, I again be remiss if I didn't mention one of the event sponsors, my personal sponsor, because I run with Dizana as the scenario sponsorship program manager. Actually, somebody mentioned Outlaw Militia, East Coast Hunters here, Kriegfest, Mr. Ventura down there. Yeah, he's there. We go. I figured he'd be wearing the joggers or something. We've also we're picking up Fox's Den as well. We've had a great year. Dizana will be having a Black Friday sale starting Friday. I don't know what's up for sale. I know we just dropped the V3 joggers on there, so those will be up there. I don't know to what degree they'll be discounted, but make sure you check out DizanaSports.com for some goodies this weekend. So
Well, I'm definitely going to get those all the links all the links up on the post credits for anyone
Mhm.
who's interested. They could definitely
I
go
appreciate
online and
it.
get it. But let me go really quick and ask the two generals. Have the opportunity to have the two generals speak to one another. I'll start out with Teddy.
Why you started with me?
Well, because
What up,
you're
Eddie?
center. You're right in the middle, man. You're right. You're right in the middle. So this is like a
Hi,
boxing
buddy.
match. Only virtual.
Speak
Man,
your
I'm a
piece,
teddy
bro.
bear. I'm a
Literally, he's
teddy
eating
bear. I got
popcorn.
I got nothing negative to say to this man. I'm looking forward to a good fight. You know, I can't sit here and talk trash to my friend.
He's not talking trash.
Like he gonna have a good game. We're gonna have a good game. We're gonna have a good team. I'm gonna have a good team. I'm just looking to have some fun.
Okay.
He says he's looking forward to hunting some bears. Well, we hunt back. And so,
Okay.
it's
Well,
it's gonna
okay.
be
This is going
it's gonna be a
somewhere.
good
This is
game.
going somewhere now. Okay. Well,
Yeah, but
Where?
he's coming full force at you. What you gonna do?
I see what you
What?
two indicators are doing. You got the cosigner over here, and you got the problem starter over in the bottom. Yeah. Okay, I see what y'all doing.
Antagonist.
well, I feel kind of weird because his name is like I already said it. Yes, I already said daddy one time. You know what I'm saying? I called
Hey,
another
daddy.
man daddy.
Hey,
So it's
daddy,
like,
man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just own it.
Oh man.
so
Don't flirt.
it just feels weird. It doesn't sound natural from that word to come out of my mouth. Like, oh, anyway.
It's okay.
All right, so let's give it to Tack. Tack, what you think? What you and Teddy? What's up? What's up with this battle?
Yeah, I'm pumped about this. I've been shooting at Teddy for years. Like, I've had multiple games where I have been on the 50, where I like to stay, and Teddy will be out there in a damn fold up chair, just sitting there, just getting lit up, and I will just like light Teddy up for like 5 minutes, and he'll like just take it. I'll like get shot, walk back, come back up, and shoot Teddy again. I'm looking forward to bear hunting, man. I want to hang that head on my wall.
Have you ever shot first strikes at him and the event gives them back to you?
Are you asking that
Nah, I
question?
ain't shot
Oh.
first strikes. I'm a round ball player, man. I'm an old school speedball.
Because
I should get into Magfed though.
I've seen Teddy do that time. He returns the FSRs back to the person that shot him.
Well, gentlemen,
Yeah, you just gotta come up and try to say it to me. Like if you come up and say it, if I have it, I'll give it back. I know those are expensive.
Well,
20
gentlemen,
cents wrong with it,
I got to say I know that I want you guys are more than welcome to stay on the show. I know that you time constraints that we're facing. Really quick, by all means, I'll start out with Frosty, and you can once one more time, sir, if you don't mind, your event and whatever you want to say about the
The
event.
collapse,
Yes, sir.
the collapse, December 4th at Outdoor Extreme, Chesapeake City, Maryland. And when we say Maryland, the end of the driveway is Delaware, so it ain't deep into Maryland, guys.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad.
Maryland. It's just enough to get the Old Bay dusting, So, December 4th, as I said, it's Mr. Thack Daddy here, commanding the CIA with his XO, Rob Firefly Rivera, excuse me. He'll beat me up for that later, from M80 against Mr. Ted E. Bear from the Eastcoast Hunters and his XO, Lauren Vincent Leas, aka Panda from Black Lotus. Fantastic commanders that are first timers with excellent, very experienced XOs going into a scenario game that I forgot to mention this before. The game on is at 10 a.m. I don't care how many people are on the field. 10 a.m. goes till 4. I don't do lunch breaks. It is a straight 6-hour fight. And I'm going to tell you now, there will be no good time to take lunch. I do not let up through that day. The missions will become more intricate as the day goes on. The points will become more important. And certain aspects of the game might shift a little bit. You'll just have to wait and see. Flag stations, missions, role players, and a shit ton of props. All of them awesome. Many of them very, very well crafted. We tried to paintball proof them as much as possible. We'll see what breaks by the end of the day. Hopefully nothing does, and we'll be very happy. But again, December 4th, pre-registration is still available. Pre-registration ends on Thursday, December 2nd. The red podium link that's currently listed on my Facebook, on my most recent post, is still active. First strikes are welcome for the event. You have to buy the first strikes for the event, so please make sure you do so beforehand to have the best chance of getting them, because somebody's going to show up and buy like 20 cases, because that's just how it happens these days. I don't know. I think that's ridiculous, but people do it, and we appreciate it nonetheless. So, looking forward to having these two face off here.
Looking forward to seeing it.
December 4th, guys. Don't forget, December 4th.
And in case you need
Kriegfest,
for
Cragfest. How do you say it? Cragfest?
Kriegfest.
What? Cragfest?
Kriegfest. Yep.
Kriegfest?
Yeah, man.
Craig's feet?
You gotta love
Before we
Teddy.
move
I gotta
to the
say.
shit talking, let me just say it again. If you attend on Saturday for the collapse, you do get free entry for Rec Ball or my Magfed meetup the next day on Sunday if you want to make a weekend of it. So I highly encourage you guys to do that. Get to play the field in various ways. So
There you go, guys. 2 for the price of 1. You can't
Two
beat
for the
that.
price of one. I mean, you get to play the. I mean, most people listen. You're smart. You go down there, you play the game, bed and breakfast, trailer, motel, come back, make it a weekend, go back, free entry, whatever paint you just bought from the day before, you get to use.
Weekend. And go have some fun.
Win-win.
there you go.
It sounds like an epic weekend, guys.
Absolutely.
Pre-register. Like Steve Solo said, I think that's the best way to do it. Pre-register.
So
It was
I want to take a moment out to thank Steve Solo, Teddy Bear, and
Say it, man. Say it. Come on.
Who's yours?
I can't do it. I can't
Did it
do
once,
it.
man.
I know.
You
Hey,
gotta
man.
get it down. Just push it out. Put a nice end cap. Bookend it.
That's it. You see, quick. You don't gotta say the rest.
Say it, man.
Add another thing to it.
For being on the show this evening. I know he's got to put his son to bed or his child to bed. And
Yep.
Steve, I know he's got a busy agenda, busy schedule. And then we have Teddy. And then we have, coming up next, we have well, I know what. Why am I doing, Gene? Why am I doing all the talking?
No, serious note, guys. Thank you
Because
guys
he's
for being on the.
muted.
I'm not muted. I'm not muted. Don't do that.
Hey, we
Nah,
appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having us on.
like I said, I've been getting hit a lot about this event. Everybody's wanting to know more about this event. Thank you, Steve Solo, for explaining to these people about this event. A lot of the questions was, is FSR friendly for December 4th?
Fucking
Got their answer. Yes, you can use first strikes.
I'm sitting here fondling my new toy that I've barely been able to use.
Oh, I
Okay,
got
this is the Inspection FLE 100.
I got one of
So-
those. I got one of those.
I love mine.
Hey,
Simon Stevens is amazing.
I'm
in store for this
jealous.
stuff.
I'm jealous.
And she spit. Steve, did
Right.
you use her this weekend?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry?
Use Destiny this weekend?
No, I used Didam. Didam, is that Destiny?
Freedom.
So did I.
Oh, damn.
Well, we'll talk about that in the next segment.
So, like I said, guys, thank you for being on the show, Teddy. We see you a lot. We love you. We respect you on the field. Mr. Tack, I'm not repeating the whole thing because Steve over here, we're not doing that. It's been a pleasure from us to you, having you on the show. I know you and Teddy will go at it December 4th. You guys are going to make it a movie. Hopefully, like I said, I will be there if my job doesn't choke me to death. I will be there, have some fun,
I'm looking to send some savages that way, Steve. And Teddy, they most likely be playing for you.
I'm sorry, Tack, but I got to bond with my brother Teddy, Tack. I don't want to spoil that too much, but the captain spoiled it for us, you know.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll be in California at the UMFL event that weekend. So, but I'm definitely looking to send some savages up your way. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Well, we're gonna cover the team schedule. We're gonna break from the seriousness because obviously I have to be serious with Mr. Solo. I want to say it's been an honor to have you on the show this evening. Thank you.
Nope.
Of
Thanks
course,
for having us on. I really do appreciate it, guys.
of course, next time you come on, the show will be a lot better. As you know, new show, new host.
Well,
new method. Teddy, you already know you're always welcome on the show any day, anytime.
Yeah.
Just say, yo, can I come on? I want to come on. Whatever, I got you. And
Hey, you know,
and
Just say it, bro. Just say it, bro.
Black Daddy.
Oh, he has such a hard time. Hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna get past this. It's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's gonna be good.
It's just hard. It's just hard. No disrespect.
Hey, look,
Wow,
you
that
know,
sounded weird too. Oh my god. You know what?
you'd be the only one in the paintball community to call me Brian, but if you got to do it, man, do it. Like, I got you.
Ugh.
oh man.
As soon as I said what I just said, he's laughing. I already know what he's laughing about. You see this?
I'm gonna need your help, Teddy, for December 18. I'll hit you up privately for that.
I'm scared.
No, you're gonna have fun that day. A lot of fun.
All right. So you want to introduce
I'm not less scared.
the coming up?
Hey, quick. What
Brian
time?
Well bouncing up. Thank you for having us.
Thank you,
Repeat
sir.
that.
What time can we show up at OXCCC?
I think anytime.
I think.
Yeah.
Any.
Yeah. You can
now,
get there relatively
Gene,
early.
Now, Gene, what you need to do is you need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Right, you gotta remove from the group, and then we gotta add the next. But while you're doing that, introduce the next.
Guys, the next part of the show we will be living this epic weekend that we had up in Rhode Island. It was a beautiful field. Sons of Liberty. We had the two generals here in Roger Hellcat, Tom Ventura. So stay tuned for the next part of the show.
We'll also have.
And we also have, closing out the show, we have DJ Honu. We'll be talking about Hawaiian legends and a special guest that we will be appearing for the first time on the show. So stay tuned, guys. It'll be epic today.
Now, in case you're wondering, while Gene is adding him to the chat, in case you're wondering, while Gene is wearing a New York Savage Beast, our team jersey, and I'm wearing the GPL jersey, it'll all make sense at the end of the podcast. So just bear in mind, and even though I'm in the United jersey, I still represent my team because on my jersey I have my team. So still repping my team. But let me go straight to Roger while we're waiting for the rest of our guests to come on, Roger and Tom. Roger.
Now we can start it because the next part we can start it with these gentlemen right now. The next one is in another 20 minutes. I gotta invite them. I gotta give them the call. So
All
we
right,
can start the next part now.
Roger, let me ask you. We're coming off of
If you're tuning in, please clock in. Tune in. I invited Andrew for the next segment.
You are coming off of a victorious win. Of course, a win is a win, but very victorious. I saw the big Kool-Aid smile. But before I talk about your win, I have to tell you, your car is the most quietest Dodge I have ever heard. Ladies and gentlemen, he has the most gorgeous Mopar I have ever seen. And the reason why I say Mopar is that I don't want to say what kind of vehicle it is. I'll let him do that if he so chooses. But it is a Mopar. And it is... No?
No, it's not a big deal. See, then people start misrepresenting it because they're like, well, your name's Hellcat. And it's like, I know, it's a V6. It's not a Hellcat. But Hellcat's the name that my teammates gave me. So it's Hellcat, not.
Nonetheless, it is one sweet looking
Thank you. Yeah. We had an awesome weekend over there, man. It was a good battle back and forth. It was just a great time. Everybody communicated well across the board, all three divisions, and we were able to pretty much hold our line as much as we needed. I did hear a rumor that somebody left the field at one point, and I think that might have had something to do with the way the scales tipped in the end. But
yeah, I heard about that, but I was gonna ask about that.
I give a lot of props to you guys. The British forces, they definitely they put up a fight.
Mm-hmm. They did, definitely did, and respect.
They did.
Final battle. I'm surprised that guy was even able to get to the stick there for that 2 seconds. Well, it was probably only like 0.5 seconds, but it seemed like forever.
I was
with that thing.
I was actually right there next to the stick, right on top of the ref. I dove over the tube, and I dislocated my left shoulder. As soon as I dove over, and I was laying there, and I'm like right at the center tube, and no one can really see where I am. So I'm at a crouch position trying to pop it back in because I'm like, no, this is like such a great position. Like nobody can hit me right now. I'm still in. The ref is asking me to call the game off. I'm like, no, shut the fuck, no. So I couldn't pop it back in. So I was like, all right, man, walk me back off the field. So I walked off the field real quick, and it popped in like halfway, and then finally I just had to like fucking force it back in. So I did it, and then I got right back on, and I was having gun problems after that, and then I couldn't do much.
Marker.
Sorry, yeah, marker problems.
Yeah. That was the final battle?
Yeah, that was our final battle. Yeah. I felt like that was our time to put the points in. I felt like I knew we were behind a little bit, and I was like, no, we need this slapstick. And then when we had one of the Assassin Neos, Billy, go up there, and I saw him up there at the 50 with his dual pistols, I'm like, and no one else was up there with him. I was like, I gotta be up there with him now.
Yeah, I saw when he hit the buzzer thing.
Yeah, as soon as I ran up there with him, I left the marker behind, and I dove over the tube, and that was it.
A lot of respect, too, now that you was talking about the 50, ladies and gentlemen. My brother, the host of the show, was at the 50. There's pictures that proves it. He was in a speedball field with a diadem at the 50. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to this correctly. My man was at the field with a diadem at the 50. So for those who doubt this man, he didn't get to the 50. He was at the 50. He was a hot potato with one East Coast Hunter player named Predator. They were literally, you go here, I go here. You go here, I go here. It was like a movie. So shout out to these two gentlemen for holding down the 50 for a very long time.
My biggest achievement was, Tom, how's your leg?
Oh, my leg's fine. It's straight, baby.
Okay. I was hunting him all day. I had one shot on him. It was accidental. It wasn't intentional. Good thing it didn't break. Because I woke up to him, I said, I'm looking for the paint. I'm like, dude, I got you. He's like, well, wait, you were the one that got me in my. It was a dick shot, but it wasn't meant to be as a dick shot. The ball just dropped. And he goes, I said, you okay? He goes, yeah, it didn't break. I'm like, oh fuck, okay. Like, cause I know that hurts. I got shot in the dick too. That shit hurts. But all day I was hunting him, and every time I saw him, I thought I could swear at one point he got fucking. You could see he's fucking pissed off. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. I know you're hunting me already. Every time I saw him, I'm like, dude, I'm hunting you, Tom. I'm coming for you, Tom. And then I got him. And when I got him, I got on the radio. I got Tom. I was yelling up and down. Oh my God. I had fun that day.
I think I caught you when you was at the middle, right, Tom? When you ran to the first spot, and that was me in the creek hiding.
I got you in the beginning up on the top of the hill, right at the rip.
I went right through the middle. I took two of your guys.
Yeah.
They were trying to grab the middle flag.
And then I got Steve tried coming through the center. He tried coming up the hill like he was a Navy SEAL. I saw him. I'm like, oh, nah. And I was far away. I'm like, no, I need to get close for this one. I was like, I'm gonna get shot from one of y'all, but I'm going for him for this one. And then I got him.
I wasn't holding. I wasn't like I was. What was it?
You were tunneled in. You were tunneling on my guys. You had the tunnel vision. You were good. I saw you, dude. You were toned in on them. I'm like, oh, they're gonna get fucked up.
Man, all I know is that I had in my head, I just wanted to come out and play. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah.
you know, I came out to play, and it was good. It was good. It was the first time being under having Roger as a general for me, which was kind of interesting. But I'm gonna tell you, you surprised me. At the end of the event, you surprised me at the end of the event when you did the awards.
Oh, can Ghost show it off? Ghost, please show it off. Ghost, please. Please show it off, please. No. Yes, please, thank you. Sure. This was a gift. Please explain this gift.
So this was mostly my buddy, well, the other XO I had, Shamar. He wanted to do this because he says there's so many of our friends we play with, we play against, they don't get recognized. You know what I mean? It's just, you guys do so much hard work on the field, and he was just trying to like make it to where like you guys were like just like unstoppable. You know what I mean? Like you just always our enemy on the field, but then we're family off the field. You know what I mean? And he had no other way but to put it. But y'all were like just master players. You know what I mean? You were like the guys we look up after, and we try to, always trying to go after, or follow if we're on the other side. You know what I mean? So it's just always something we always try and do. And then he splurged. I thought he was only doing like one or the other, and he was like, "Nah, I got 6 or 7." I'm like, "Yo." I was like, all right. And he's like, yeah, I love everyone playing paintball. We're one big family. I'm like, all right, man. And it was just, yeah. I mean, it's mostly all Shema. That was mostly his idea. I got to give it mostly to him now. And yeah, definitely.
I think what you might have done is you might have caused a trend, because I think that in actuality, yes, the paper getting the paper is a good thing. You can always frame it. But the trophy, having a trophy and actually coming home with a plaque and a trophy, I think that's something that the producers should start looking at.
Yeah, well, that was one thing. Not to go over you, Steve. I'm sorry. It wasn't one thing to like try and step over the promoters or anything, because I know that was one thing I wanted to do for Red Dawn, and I was kind of hesitant over it, and I think that's why Shema just went and did it, because like you said, we feel like it should be, something more that, we do a lot of, we put work in on the field. You know what I mean? Like there's people rolling ankles, dislocating shoulders. Like 4 of my guys got injured. I'm sure your guys rolled ankles. I mean, we go hard on the field, and we're just playing around. You know what I mean? And I feel like we should get more recognition.
Every game I go to.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
And
we're doing it for fun, and we still have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, the next day.
You know what I mean?
I came to work, and yesterday I was sore. Today is when I felt it. You're moving around. Today is when I felt it. I was like,
yeah.
So today's but I had a blast.
I said, even though the score said I lost, I said it to my team right as soon as I got to the campsite. I was like, nah, we won, bro. I was like, I don't give a shit what anyone says. I was like, we won. I had such a great time. We played against another team. Like, that was our family that we played with. Like, Teddy, that East Coast Hunters, like, yeah, you guys, I mean, it was a win for me. You know what I mean? Even though the score said we lost, like, I feel like it was a win. Like, it was just playing with my boys. That's all it was.
I wish I could have been there, man. I wish I could have been there.
Teddy,
I was expecting you to be there, like on the slide, like kind of sneak in or whatever. I was expecting you.
I gotta say,
you knew you would have been.
The field, I like the field. I like the way that it was set up. But I especially really when we had the big game. The speedball field set up the way it was set up. It was set up as a CQB field.
That was beautiful.
It was, and the way it was set up that it accommodated both speedballers and mag players at the same time. This field accommodated both, so that if you were running a diadem or if you were running mag, you would not have a problem. You know, where you have to like you have the time to
Yeah.
reload as a mag player, and as a speedball player, the same thing. You have these bunkers, the way these structures are set up. They're like half structures, basically half walls.
Beautiful.
And you
It
and
definitely-
it's
I
just
love
and the
CQB fields.
spacing, the way he has it
That
spaced,
curve,
it's all
the
level.
slide.
There's nothing to slide. You, oh my god, dude! This was a field that we all want to play in, as far as this type of event, CQB event. This is the field that we want to play in.
That was a beautiful field. I liked it.
Have you guys played at
Warzone Paintball in Rhode Island?
have you guys-
Warzone Paintball in Rhode Island.
have you guys played
Definitely
at Capital
gotta check
Combat
out.
Zone?
Which one, Teddy?
Capital Combat Zone?
I went to a Magfed meetup there back last year. It was my first Magfed event.
Man, I do have to say that is a fun field for CQB. That and go to PNL. PNL take the town.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Okay,
Take
much
the
more
town with you.
CQB in that one. That,
Let me ask you guys. Sorry to interrupt you, Gene. Let me ask you guys. The next guest that'll be coming on. He throws some pretty wicked events in a different state in Hawaii, in the hot state, the beautiful state of Hawaii.
oh, I love
Um,
Honu. I love all the CPX events. I recommend them to anybody who plays paintball. Go play CPX events.
Well,
Honu
we
is the man.
today, it's an honor. I mean, today is a good day for the show because, you know, we're getting more and more serious. You know, we're getting producers, and we're getting much more serious producers, and not that every producer is any less serious than the other. What I'm saying is that we're having, you know, more people reach out, and I feel flattered, and I'm absolutely honored. And we've reached out to them, and they're like, "Yeah, come on, let's go, let's do it." So for that, I want to thank you guys, and for the community. Please just continue to show your support. Please, please, please. I can't tell you how important it is. But Hawaiian Legend, guys. Any one of you guys have any plans of going to Hawaiian Legends anytime soon?
Savage is going.
Teddy. Hey, Teddy. Where you going? Are you going to Hawaii?
Well, now that I have Teddy on the air, I would like to ask Teddy. Teddy, yeah, you know, we're throwing off topic a little bit. December 18, is your schedule open?
I am not sure. I'll have to check.
Well, if it's open,
Why are you
I would
doing
love
that?
to invite you. Yes. To back me up, I will be general for Squid Wars.
Squid Wars. Where's that?
It will be
Outback
in
Paintball.
Outback, Connecticut.
I do like Matt's Outback.
And we will be playing Red Light, Green Light, Cookie, and Tug of War.
On the turf, supposedly.
Oh.
It's gonna be it's very interesting. And it's a collab. It's a very interesting concept. It is going to be a traveling game, just so that you know, and everything the community knows. It will be a traveling game. The whole concept is the players, and you know, the player 469. I think that's his number, 469. And
I never watched it.
the front man. You'll have the front man. We'll have the soldiers. I mean, we're going to stick as close as possible to the premise of the game, or to the premise of the series. So the games are going to be played simple, nothing complicated, nothing. I got to defuse and get the code, and it's going to be really simple, just for the fun of it. And of course, who doesn't have fun just slinging paint? You know, you're going to have fun doing missions. They're going to be little mini missions, you know? But for the most part, it's going to be just simple games. And red light, green light, of course. You know, the diadems will be out, and 43 calibers will be out, and yes, and you know, players must participate, and there will be competitions, and you'll
I want to
points.
get one of those.
Guys, if you're listening to Steve
they're
saying
badass.
diadem, because we all know Steve
Reaper showed me.
understand, but he fell in love with a diadem. I've never seen Steve fall in love with a diadem in my life. He's always with his T15 bolt right taking headshots, and we know, and we
Nah, I know why.
But we put a diadem in his hand this weekend, and Steve felt like
Tom knows why. Tom knows why, because At the end of the big game, I'm sitting on the bench. And we're talking. I
I
said, "Hey,
got pictures.
you want to try it?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I was like, "Here, you gotta get the whole, you have to get the whole rig because I had to. It was on my chest, on my molly pack, so my play carrier. There you go." He grabs it and he runs in, and it's like the last 20 seconds of the match, and you hear him, "Brrrr," and he comes back with a Kool-Aid smile from ear to ear, the same Kool-Aid smile I've had all evening running the die down. It's yes, ladies and gentlemen, yours truly is going to be going to Middletown, New York, to purchase a die down.
Oh man. So Teddy, like I said, your schedule is open. December 18th. Come join your brother. We're gonna have some fun.
We'll talk.
All right, buddy.
If you don't mind, you want to add
Part of the show.
Honu to the chat?
Yep, I'm gonna do that right now.
Ghost, talk to me, brother. How you been? How's your weekend? Ghost. Hello.
Hey there.
There we go.
Oh, you must be the special guest.
Yes, she is.
And we are waiting for.
Honu.
Well, introduce your special
Just-
guest.
just
Introduce your
killing me.
special guest.
Oh, hello guys. Waiting on Honu to set up. This is Yvette. She's been paintballing for a while now. She's been going to games, Bones and Ashes. I think she's going to Hawaiian Legends this year coming up, correct?
That is correct.
So we're gonna learn a little bit about her today. As long as all the rest of the panel could get on.
Did you add Hanu to it yet?
Yeah, tell us a little bit.
There's Hanu.
There we go.
So I'll let Gene, go ahead, Dragon, introduce the two panelists.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's in. We got Honu in. He is from Hawaiian Legends. He's gonna speak about it a little bit more, and we also got Yvette on tonight. It's gonna be a good show. We're gonna talk about these events more about these two special individuals right now. So Honu, how you doing tonight? How was your weekend?
Good. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great. How about yourself?
No, I'm sitting out on the porch because it's still nice down here.
Now, when you say down here, you mean down here as in Hawaii down here, or down here as in down south?
Florida, man. I live in Florida.
Okay.
All right. How about yourself, Yvette? How was your weekend? How's everything?
Everything was great. I'm glad I'm on break right now, so I'm enjoying that time off this whole week.
All right, that's good.
Ready for
Well,
Thanksgiving.
I wanna thank you guys for both coming onto the show today. I've never met either one of you guys. Never met even one of you guys. Last year I was going to go to your event in Hawaii and I couldn't have the opportunity. Or not the last year, but the year prior, I think. One of your events, I remember I was going to go. So don't quote me on it. I'm not entirely sure if it was Hawaiian Legends or another event that you were throwing, but I know that I was going to go to your event and for whatever reason I couldn't. So I do apologize for that. But I've never had the opportunity to play with neither one of you on the field, and I know that the community knows about you. So if you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself for people like myself who aren't familiar with you, that would be awesome. And we can talk about the event as well. But to get to know you, by all means, Honu, we'll start with you.
Okay, well, let's see. This coming year in 2022 will be my 33rd year playing paintball. I started in '89 and played for quite a few years, and started going to the Living Legends series when they first started them. I was a player at Living Legends 1. I've attended every Living Legends event since then, and starting in Living Legends 10, I started running the events. I was actually running some of the satellite events before that, and then picked up Living Legends itself from Viper at Living Legends 10.
Nice. And so, is this an event that you look forward to going to every year, or is, you know? I'm
Hawaii?
hearing
Yeah,
this
it's
maybe
Hawaii.
the last year. So I'm.
Yeah, I mean, what it is you guys have been around paintball. You see how some people go out there and be like, "Oh, yeah, this is going to be the last time we do this event," and it really isn't. In our case, it's just a matter of fact. Running an event in Hawaii is really expensive. There's no other way to say it. It's just really expensive to get my refs out there, get all the stuff we need to run the game out there and stuff like that. And it being an island in the middle of the Pacific, we've been getting about 200 people at the game, which is great. It's fantastic, but we basically throw the party for free. Nobody makes any money. Nobody does anything. We're basically throwing the party. We don't really even cover costs, which is fun, but I have an owner, and he's like, if we don't get a certain amount of people this time, and we actually, don't lose money on the event, it's been a fun thing. We've had a good time. The Hawaiians have had a good time, but we're going to probably have to, move along just because of the cost that it takes for the event. So I've been trying to encourage people because everybody has I'll go next time. I'll go next time. I've been just trying to let people know if everybody says they're going to go next time, there won't be a next time.
So what would it take to ensure that there can be a next time? What would it take? Like,
well, look, we would need about 300 players to come to the game, and it's looking positive like that could happen this year. The numbers are up over the last the first 2 years that we've run the event. COVID is settling down across the country and the world, or at least in general, everybody's kind of adapting more to it's part of our lives now, and we're going to have to learn to live with it aspect of it. So I think we're going to see a big improvement overall with people going. So I'm looking forward to it. We got a really good game designed. It's a beautiful field. It's absolutely one of the best fields you could ever play paintball in. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of the videos that they put out from the event, but it basically is a bunch of 1/3 of the field is like interconnected second-story tree houses that you can all play, which is fantastic, and then all kinds of woods and other things. And the parking lot overlooks the southern Pacific Ocean, is right at the end of the parking lot.
I am actually salivating at the opportunity myself personally because I've been there, but not to play. I've been there when I was in the service.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little different because you're not there to work, even though you want to have some fun. But the opportunity now has presented itself where I'm actually going to be at this event, and now that you just described it, I'm like the little kid. Is it Christmas yet? Is it Christmas yet? Is it Christmas yet?
Oh yeah, and Yvette's been to some of my games, and I love her T-shirt, by the way. You look great. But one of the things that we really like to promote, and we try to focus it on all of our events. We try to put our events in places where here's this cool paintball event, but there is a ton of other cool stuff to do around it, like Myrtle Beach, up in the Detroit area for our Living Legends and Hell Survivors, things like that at OXCC. There's a lot of cool stuff in the area that you can also do, and Hawaiian is no different. Most people come out and make a week-long, 10-day trip out of it because you're already, there, and there's snorkeling, horseback riding. We rented Harleys once and rode around the island on Harleys just to be able to do it, and gone spearfishing and just ziplining. Anything you can pretty much think of that you could do in paradise, you can do on Maui, and it's absolutely worth it. And the players are absolutely, hands down, some of the most accepting of new people into the family. They don't get to really go to nearly the kind of games that we all